This is a Canada jay. It's one of around 450 bird species that call Canada home for at least part of the year. People have been studying Canada jays for decades. Where they nest, what they eat, where they store their food. And one thing's becoming increasingly clear. Their behaviors are changing. And the Canada jays aren't alone.
Birds live within specific climatic envelopes, and as those envelopes change, they either have to adapt or move to find more suitable conditions.
This is Dr. Scott Parker. He's been studying climate change at Parks Canada for over 30 years.
Seasonal behaviors that evolved and synchronized over thousands of years are changing as well.
He's talking about behaviors like the time of year birds lay their eggs, which, for many species, is happening earlier. Migration times are shifting, and scientists are also noticing changes in birds' ranges, or the places where they spend their time. And it's not just birds. Scientists are seeing similar trends in plenty of mammal, plant, insect, fish, and amphibian populations too. So why is this happening? In the case of the Canada jay, changes in temperature are affecting their food. They spend the months leading up to winter's first freeze by storing fresh bits of berries, fungi, insects, and seeds in caches around their territory. They rely on these frozen food caches to get them through the winter. But as temperatures in the fall become less stable, these food caches are becoming less reliable. The caches are freezing and thawing multiple times before the final deep freeze of winter, which causes the food to degrade and decompose. Lower quality food means the jays are nesting later and having fewer and weaker nestlings. These changes for the Canada jay may seem small now, but if greenhouse gas emissions continue at their current pace and temperatures continue to rise, this and many other species we know and love may move somewhere else, or they may not survive. So, how can national parks in Canada help? In 2019, Parks Canada, the National Audubon Society, the Canadian Wildlife Service, and Birds Canada got together to try and understand how bird species may be affected by climate change in national parks across the country. And perhaps even more importantly, how to adapt park management practices to make sure birds have the best possible chance of survival.
Knowing birds' current distribution, their current suitabilities, we were able to track where those would be found in the future and thus where birds would move to stay within their climatic envelopes.
The study found that by 2050, 1 in 4 birds in Parks Canada places may need to find new homes.
The Arctic sites were the ones most likely to experience colonization, and the Atlantic sites were the ones most likely to experience a high turnover and high potential extirpation.
Depending on the species, some may adapt to their new environment, and others may shift their range to colonize suitable habitat elsewhere. But even if a plant or animal has the ability to adapt or shift its range, these types of changes present a whole new suite of challenges. In the current warming scenario, the Canada jay is projected to lose 71% of its southern range and gain only 22% new range in the north and at higher elevations. Even if Canada jays are able to shift their range, they'll be entering unfamiliar habitat. They'll face new competition for food, and they could run into new predators they've never had to deal with before. With all these new stressors, protected places will be vital. Many contain areas where the effects of climate change are buffered by natural features. For example, mountainous parks may allow species to move upslope to cooler climatic zones. Lakes can absorb heat and produce cooling breezes. Also, islands in Parks Canada places are often beyond the reach of wildfires. Protected places can give species like the Canada jay space to move, adapt, and find new homes away from the other stressors it faces outside of climate change. By protecting and managing Parks Canada places and working with partners to improve, connect, and expand these natural spaces, Parks Canada is giving birds a better chance of survival in our changing climate. Find out more about the role of Parks Canada places in a changing climate and how you can help protect birds yourself.